Okay. Hello everybody. This is Kiro Show here. And this is going to be the final part to this what if. And before anyone asks, I would do an Island part to this, but with how drastic I've changed the world, Island may just be another subsection of the city. It might just be an amusement park. So that would possibly not work very well. Now, let us go to Midoriya. Midoriya would wake up in the tank, and he's not sure what's going on, and he would somewhat panic trying to get out. Now, as soon as people would be notified about this, well, they would have had a heart monitor on Deku, so they would have been able to feel that not only is his heart rate increasing, he might be having a episode, if not like his body's going into shock. So they would run in and they would see that he's actually just trying to get out, which wouldn't surprise people. Now then, Midoriya is actually... People would actually help Deku get out of the tank, and as soon as he gets out, he would fall over on his knees, and he would be able to try and stand back up again. Since this happened, he's asking what's going on, and they're just telling him that his friends are down in the cafeteria. They were just around to visit you, so you might have the best bet. They're probably eating dinner right now. So Deku would go downstairs, and as soon as he walks into the elevator and presses the button, he would see in his reflection that where he had some green hair at, he now has streaks of black and some streaks of white. Now then, he would walk into the cafeteria and he would see Momo, Ibarra, and Uraka. They are all sitting down at the table. Now, as soon as he would see them, they all seem a bit different, with the fact that Momo essentially has a streak of red fire in her hair. It's not actually on fire, it just looks like red fire. Ibarra has a strand of white in her hair, and Uraka actually has a few streaks of black now. Now, he would comment on this, and they're just saying that from what they think, it might be side effects, or at least one small piece remaining from the possession. Now then, after this, she would explain that he took the longest to wake up, because everyone else woke up within days, or everyone else woke up within 1 or 2 hours of each other. Uraka being the first one, Momo and Ibarra being close to each other, and Deku taking a full half a day to actually wake up in between them. Now then, because of this, Deku's asking why it didn't take as long as during the USJ. They're explaining that Recovery Girl essentially had those prepared, and she was thinking about if the situation ever happened again. But just preparing the amount she had to took her the time. Now, they're explaining the whole scientific process behind how there was a lot of vitamins, a lot of stuff for muscles, and actually the chambers were essentially helping them speed up their healing. Now, this is one of Uraka. She would just straight out say that they need to go out on a date tomorrow because it would be their only chance because of the provisional license exam the and some other stuff. Because she just finally wants to admit it and she doesn't want to keep lying to herself. Now, Deku would somewhat be shocked by this, but he still hasn't had time to properly process it with the whole Dark Judges and the All Might situation. Now, Deku would just pull her into a kiss, saying that it's fine and they will go on a proper date then, as they would go on a day on the town. Now then, they would be they would go out and they would actually see that a lot of people, not only do they seem to recognize their faces, they seem to be scared of them. And those who do recognize Deku's face and don't run just keep shouting the judge. Now, Deku and Uraka, they would eventually start talking, and they would pass by a tattoo parlor. As Deku thinks that he wants to get a tattoo to commemorate what happened. So he would walk in, and Uraka would actually join him. They would both get tattoos. Uraka would just get one. That's a very old 70s style, like, ghoul in a car with its tongue hanging out, saying fear is never the wrong choice. And Deku would just get one saying that, well, he would get a skull and crossbones saying that death might be a journey, but life is a pleasure. That sounded weird to say. Anyways, Ibara and Momo would actually get tattoos also, but Momo would just get one of like a fire being burned, a fire burning through a forest, but it's essentially saying that death can bring creation. And Ibara would just get one simply that says, she would get a simple tattoo, probably something like probably something about nature. Hang on 1 minute, please. Yeah, okay. Ibara, she would actually get one about human nature that says that you can lie to yourself, but you'll just rot from the inside out. Now, let us cut to UA. They essentially everyone would know that Deku and Uraka are finally a couple now. It's official, and this is where everyone's talking, people asking questions, and Miria would walk in. Now, because of this, Miria would then say that he's really interested to fight those four, and he's not gonna hold back. After saying this is whenever he would point to Deku, saying that he saw how he performed and how he killed that villain, so he plans on fighting him first. Now then, let's cut to the locker rooms. People are looking at Deku. His body has some new scars, and people are noticing the tattoo, so people are asking about it. He's saying that whenever him and Uraka went on a date, they actually went to a tattoo parlor, and how it's essentially to commemorate what happened with the judges. Bakugo is looking at him, and he just starts saying that that's crazy, it was irresponsible. He still doesn't condone it, but you're my friend, so I'm not gonna deny you doing that stupid choice. Just don't do it again. Now, out on the battlefield, this is whenever. This is whenever. Mario. Sorry. He would actually just take down everyone immediately, except for Ibara, Uraka, Momo, Deku, along with Bakugo. Bakugo and the girl with the wave motion quirk, they would actually be getting in a struggle where Bakugo is using his explosions and she's using wave motion. He would not win, but they would just be struggling for dominance over it. As Mirio's essentially fighting with Uraka, Deku's fighting on the food guy. Deku would take down the food guy very easily. He just punches through his defense over and over again, eventually knocking him out. Deku would then take down Mirio whenever Mirio would be trying to phase through Uraka's hands, trying to avoid them because he knows what their quirks are. He saw them during the sports festival, so he's being more careful. Deku would eventually take Mirio down after him and Uraka ganged up on him. And these three would then go up against the girl with the wave motion, actually taking her down. Bakugo essentially working to keep her distracted or trying to keep her attention. Uraka is actually trying to use her quirk to redirect gravity around her so that she will fall to the ground and essentially be standing still so Deku can actually hit her. Now, after this, they would comment on how these three are actually the strongest, and one of them wasn't even there for the judges, so what's going on with that? Deku would explain the situation, and Momo would try and create something, as he essentially creates the trident on fire. People were asking what she's doing, and she's explaining that she didn't use her quirk because it felt different. So she would then have to explain how she made this, and you get the whole explanation that it's basically just a bona fide flamethrower. Now, for the exam, or the provisional license exam, this exam would go different with the fact that anytime people see what they believe to be the four horsemen, that's what people nickname these people. Yeah, that's what people nickname them. As soon as they would see them step out of the bus, the entire ruckus about how everyone's talking, everyone's really excited, would have immediately dimmed down to nothing. As people would see Deku actually get out of the bus, and they essentially know his face. Now, this exam would go similar to Canon, but anytime anyone tries to take on Deku, Deku would just throw around them as much power as he can, actually sending their attack right back at them. And the rescue portion, they would do very well, but it's hard to be friendly when people notice your face with bashed on man's skull in, so Deku would do a little worse on that. Not too bad, but he just has that intimidation factor. Now, this is where I'm going to be leaving the series off, guys, and I'm going to try and record one part, if not two parts of the series that I have been talking about, the What If Deku was a Nomu. So I'm going to find pictures for that real quick, and I am going to try and upload it. I just realized I've been using this thumbnail for most of this part. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and have an amazing day. I did not